done it in 2 different movies.
Yeah. Well, what were we talking about? Big Love.
Yeah,
the burger,
the Big
not the
Love
show.
Burger. I was able to order the soup of the day, which was some sort of eggplant soup with some herbs and some sweet thing. I don't know. And get my soup, all this, before getting my cocktail.
Yeah.
It was easily 15, 20 minutes before I got my cocktail.
Oh, yeah. I found the service there to be very chaotic, only when dealing with us. Like, I looked around, everything seemed pleasant, everything seemed well managed, under control. But when it came to us, I got very stressed out every time he was in front of us.
I noticed some on 2 different occasions, food come out to a pair of clients who were like, "No, we did not order that," and then the person pause, look left and right, and then go back to the kitchen. So maybe it was just really busy there tonight.
Maybe. But
They were a little off their game. Who knows?
perhaps.
Cocktail took a while. I got a nice cocktail. It was sake, Fernet Branca, pineapple juice.
It looked just like your soup. I imagine it tasted salty, thick,
so
and warm.
delicious. So the soup, the eggplant soup, very salty, was really my note about it. It was a very salty puree.
Yeah.
I don't have much good to say about it. It was all right. It was a soup.
You kept trying to sell me on it. Like, here, take it. Take some.
I wanted you to try.
Dip
Have a
this-
taste of some
dip
other
this
things
pe-
while you're in this
Dip
restaurant.
this piece of wheatless bread into it.
Yeah.
What even is that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I guess our bread was not a gluten-free bread
Oh,
for
okay.
our burger in the end, because that was an option. You could pay $2 more for a gluten-free bread.
Yeah.
The only change we made to our burger, a Big Love Burger with I'm presuming a bean patty. The menu just said a patty.
Yeah. Is that just the standard when you are in Veggie Land, that when they just say a patty, it's assumed to be smushed up beans?
I don't think so, because I've had other veggie burgers, not for this show, and they were not the same texture or anything. Very different type of veggie burger.
Okay.
Bean patty, lettuce, tomato, onion, the Big Love sauce on a pretty plain bun.
Don't forget those pickles, man.
On pickles, yes, thank you.
Pickles were my end. The pickles, the lettuce, pretty much everything about this burger was problematic for me.
Yeah, this burger experience did not go well for you. All right, Matthew, let's get to it. I had a soup, I had a cocktail. It doesn't matter. This is a burger show. This is burger edition.
Yeah.
Matthew, that burger sat down in front of you while I went off to the washroom and to just kind of get a look and feel for this place. Enjoy its decor. Enjoy its wallpaper. The bathrooms were nice. Did you end up going to the washroom?
I didn't do it. I want to get out of there once my burger was done.
What did you think when that burger sat down in front of you? We got burgers, we got fries. We shared a portion of fries with some kind of weird ketchup. Let's get into that ketchup later. What were your first thoughts on the burger?
All right, let's say the positive I'll start with the positive, Sebastian. It looked nice, and it looked like it could fool a simple man into thinking he's about to bite into a meat patty. But that's where the compliments end for me. Right away, I saw there was a tomato inside that I wasn't planning on getting, but I should have known.
And you were nearly incensed, Matthew, because not only was there a tomato inside the burger, there was a half a cherry tomato topping the burger.
Yeah.
You seemed insulted.
I was very insulted. I was like, it's not enough that they're going to ruin the inside. Now they gotta insult me further with this. It was a mess. And the pickles inside, Sebastian, long pickles. Every time I took a bite of this burger, pickles slid out. Obviously slapped me in the chin.
Slapped you in the chin.
So everything about this burger was just insulting me. The lettuce, not my lettuce, not the kind of lettuce I want. Full pieces of lettuce, wilty lettuce, I'd say. But maybe that's just me being mean. That also came out, slapped me right in the face.
All right, Matthew, before...
I know you don't want to talk about getting into the burger yet, but...
Yeah,
I
before
wanted to
we
give-
really
I
get into
couldn't
this
hold
burger
back.
and how many of the ingredients slapped you in the face...
All of them slapped me in the face. I'll just tell you that now.
Matthew, I feel like you have a bit of a vendetta against healthy food.
It's not really... Well, go ahead. What do
You're
you got?
more of a chicken fingers in the oven type of guy. I feel like pizza agrees with you.
I was about to say no, but then I remembered I had chicken fingers 3 consecutive meals in a row last week.
So I think you're a bit more of a chicken fingers in the oven type of guy.
Yes.
And Matthew, I think I might be beginning to sway over to your way.
Oh.
Last week, I made myself a meal. I have, as I've mentioned on the show long ago, I've been getting these food boxes delivered to me with healthy food, pre-portioned ingredients so that I can cook them myself and eat healthier meals when I'm at home. Can't be eating burgers all the time.
No.
So I made myself a meal from one of these food kits. I had I probably had the meal in my fridge for just over, or the ingredients I should say, in my fridge for just over a week. I took the meat out of the freezer, let it thaw, prepared the meal, ate the meal, walked to work, and on my walk to work, I was getting all sweaty. And I was thinking, maybe the weather's turning, it's getting a little warmer out. This coat's just a little too thick. And I got to work and I didn't stop sweating. And I thought, okay, maybe my juices are just flowing. And then I just started getting...
Your juices are just
flowing.
flowing.
And once you get your blood flowing, it's still flowing. So I'm staying warm or whatever. And I started getting all dizzy and imbalanced.
Okay.
And I started feeling very weak and a little nauseous and confused. And I went outside to get some fresh air, and that just made things worse. I started feeling very nauseous. And after maybe 45 minutes of being at work, maybe it tops an hour, I was sent home because, as I was informed hours later when I texted my manager to let them know how I was doing, they said, "Oh yeah, I didn't want to tell you then, but you looked like shit." And I decided just to send you home. You looked awful.
Bad for business.
Bad for business, right? Yeah. And so I got sent home, and I decided, I basically, on my way home, I was like drinking ginger beer to help ease my stomach and just chewing on my coat. I think I got a little delirious.
Sick, yeah. I've been that kind of sick where you chew on things.
Yeah.
That's
it feels kind of good.
I think you got a fever.
Maybe.
At that point.
I was kind of sweating, but cold, but nauseous, dizzy, and weak.
Close to vomiting?
Yes.
Yeah.
But not that close. Like, I think if I wanted to, I could have, but I really didn't, so I didn't.
Well, I think chewing on your coat helped.
Probably.
Huh.
So I headed home. I lied on the couch for hours and hours, doing nothing of any effort, using the washroom a lot. And long story short, I'm going to blame kale. Kale.
Had you had kale earlier?
Yes, that was a large ingredient in my meal.
Oh,
there was beef that was out of the freezer. There were carrots. The carrots were fine. I peeled them. I cut them myself. Nothing going bad there.
Yeah.
There was garlic. There were other simple ingredients. But the kale had begun to turn yellow. I made sure to wash it quite a bit. And I thought, yellow, that's not so bad. That just looks like it's drying out or whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently it is pretty bad.
Huh.
Or maybe I just ate too much of it. I'm not sure what it was, but I'm off kale.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good call, I think. In any case, kale, that's the mystery food. I mean, nobody knows what kale is.
Well, it's a leafy green. Yeah. They say it's a superfood.
It's assumed. Or is it a fact?
What do you mean? That it's a leafy green?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I cooked with it last week, and I know it's a leafy green.
Okay. But if it's going to make you sick, how can a leafy green make you so sick? There's got to be something else going on.
Well,
but you're off of it now.
I'm off the kale. I'm not going to do it again. They say it's a superfood. It just made me super sick.
Yeah.
Unless it's fried, I don't think I'm ever going to have kale again.
Yeah, might be the super villain of the leafy green world.
Of quote unquote healthy foods.
Yeah. I've been having a lot of deep fried stuff lately, obviously.
Yes.
2 nights in a row, I made these corn fritters.
Mm-hmm. What, corn fritters?
Yeah. It's a little ball of
corn?
Flour. There's baking soda, a little bit of milk, and corn.
Okay.
The main
kernels?
ingredient is full kernels of corn.
Okay.
Make little balls of that, put it in the deep fryer, and you got corn fritters. But the...
You dip in that?
I'm dipping that. Yeah, I'm putting that in like a aioli sauce.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty
All right.
unhealthy. But my problem is at the end, I never know what to do with the oil. Like, I want it deep fried, but I don't know what to do with the oil.
Keep that oil in a jar.
Yeah, well, I tried to... So this
Can reuse that oil.
Yeah. So me and Mallory both tried to put that oil away. We had probably half of a like big container of oil that we had poured into the pan, just a frying pan, like a deep frying pan.
Yeah, like a wok?
Similar to that, yeah.
Okay.
And then we tried to pour it back, but using a funnel that was far too small.
Okay.
Put back into the bucket it came from, or the jug.
Yeah.
And then I'm just standing there with the wok, maybe 2 minutes, real close to doing it, but knowing it's not going to work because the oil's going to like stick to the side of the pan and start leaking out of the bucket. Like, you know, when you go to tip something, it doesn't just pour like a fountain.
Why didn't you just pour it into a smaller vessel to pour it into the funnel? Like a pot.
Yeah. Well, you know, everything sounds better in retrospect.
Okay.
Anyway, just like, if you could be there, you could picture Mr. Bean and Mr. Magoo. Maybe if they teamed up for a bit and tried to pour a bunch of still fairly hot oil, because I let it sit for a few hours, but it was still pretty hot. I spilt a little. Then Mallory tried. She spilt a lot, and then she tried again. And I guess just couldn't
spilt the rest.
And I guess just couldn't see because she was like pouring it in one way and thought it was working, but I'm on the other end, and I'm like, you are covering the kitchen floor in oil.
Oh my.
And I spent a good half hour to 45 minutes cleaning up, just mopping up oil from the floor in the kitchen.
Oil's not easy to mop up.
No, and that's why it might still smell like oil when you came in today. I don't know if it did, but that's the only negative thing about eating unhealthy is all that oil you're cleaning up on the floor. That's also clogging. It's also clogging your arteries, right?
Yeah. But it's really the floor that's a pain.
Yeah, you just gotta deep fry a little better than that, a little cleaner than that. I wish there was a way to deep fry something in a healthy way.
Couldn't you? I guess if you use like extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's far more expensive.
Probably. Anyway, that was probably one of the worst nights I've ever had.
Really?
Trying to clean up oil because I hate oil. You know that. I hate anything
That's
greasy.
True.
I hate any
oily
oil.
fingers.
And I'm down on my hands and knees. And
soaking
up this oil. I'm slipping a little bit, like I'm reaching my body over it, try to reach as far as I can, cleaning up this oil, and then my hand will slip, and I'll get my elbow into it, and
then your elbow slips, and you're just sliding around on your belly, throw it around you in your kitchen.
Yeah, and then a few times I actually stopped, and I just thought about what has happened to my life. 32 years old, I'm cleaning up this mess of oil on the floor at 1 a.m. I shouldn't have been making corn fritters at midnight.
You don't need to deep fry things at 1 a.m.
Yeah, there's no reason.
McDonald's?
There's no reason for it. So that was depressing. Anyway, it was nice to at least fool myself thinking I was eating something healthy by going to this place.
So Matthew, how long did you spend in the shower after this oily cleanup? If you wash your hands after getting a little oil on your fingers.
Yeah. I actually, I didn't even go in the shower. I had this weird sink shower, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Hobo's bath?
Yeah. I just bleached myself real good.
Uh-huh.
A lot of bleach, a lot of dry skin after that, and I smelled like a swimming pool, but it was better than being greasy.
All right, Matthew. You were mentioning this to me, and I noticed this too earlier in the week. I was on Facebook scrolling through my news feed, and I see Matthew Jankovic.
Oh, don't say it.
He is making comments on the what is it, Good Pals doll?
Good Guys.
The Good Guys doll, the basis of the Chucky doll, basically. Yeah. A very friendly version of the Chucky doll before it's possessed.
Yeah, the doll version, just the regular version.
It's a regular nice doll. Matthew, their Kickstarter is underway or successful.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I know that
you shouldn't know any of this because I didn't.
You don't know how the Facebook algorithm works.
No,
and you don't suspect that comments that you make might appear to your friends, and so now your full obsession with the Chucky doll is out in the open. Matthew, what's going on with the Chucky doll? Are you getting the Chucky doll? How much is the Chucky doll?
This is very upsetting information to hear because Mallory earlier was telling me, oh, I like reading your little comments that you're writing. Like, what do you mean? Like,
I thought I was making private comments.
Are you looking over my shoulder somehow? And It's like, no, sometimes I get information, I get little updates, and I see you've made it.